and how we are all interested in learning more about this this technology. The problem is that this study of ours started as a survey that had to give us back some results on whether the teachers are ready for this technology. This is an ongoing work. It's a work in progress. So today I will share with you some first results. And most important, I will share with you the technology and the tools and the survey, so more colleagues can join, run the survey, so we can extract useful and reliable results. Anyway, let me start with my presentation. I hope you all see my screen and there is no problem, Anne. I wrote it together with Haris bin Munavar, a colleague of mine here at Han. We teach in the Department of Communication Studies. My field is in behavior analytics. Now, this is the identity of our research. Of course, the study is related to AI and especially in ChatGPT as a tool that we studied. We run and we will keep on running, and I hope more people will run a survey on acceptance and readiness. So how the academic community, the teachers from that perspective, not the students, are ready to accept and use AI tools in their educational process. We propose a structural model with the components that I will explain in a bit. And I will end up my presentation with some first conclusions and future indications for future research. Now, the ChatGPT, we focus on that, are constantly and increase. The use is constantly raising among students and teachers. Of course, as it happened with Wikipedia, with Google in the past, with all those new tools that are coming, this can be seen as a double-edged sword. So it's good if you use it properly, it's bad if you just copy-paste. And this is what we want to avoid, of course, as teachers. The problem is that more and more teachers now are struggling with using AI into their lesson design. Of course, we understand that students are younger and they are more, it's easier for them to use such technology. But the problem is now with teachers, without being offensive to older ages, the older you are, the more difficult it is to use these technologies. We saw that 3 years ago with the Teams and the Zoom and all those tools that we had to use during the pandemic. And one of the major concerns of our study is, of course, the academic fraud, is the cut, copy, paste behavior of our students. Thankfully, now there are tools to check if students just copy paste the results of ChatGPT, but this still is a major concern. And again, some teachers feel ill-equipped to use AI technologies in their lessons. They don't like or they cannot just use this technology, and this creates a gap between different teachers of different fields and different ages. For our research, we chose to use the technology acceptance model. For those that are not familiar with that model, later I have a structural framework to show you and explain to you a bit how technology acceptance model works. Now, this is the survey we run. And we keep on running, actually. We don't have solid results to show you today because we have a low number of respondents so far. And this is also the survey, of course, together with the demographics and the things we ask in the beginning all the time. We would like this to be the survey that you or some of you or your colleagues will run as well to measure the readiness of the academic stuff. It is previously published, so we can use this scale. No, of course, not exactly with those questions, but the model was previously published. I'm not going to explain one by one the questions, because most important thing is to understand how this framework works. This is the TAM model. And for those who are not familiar, we have in total 5 components to measure: the perceived usefulness, the perceived ease of use, the attitude, and then actually the intention to use something and the actual use of this something, this technology, whatever this might be. Perceived usefulness is how much I believe that this will be useful. When I say this, I mean any technology. In our case is ChatGPT or AI. How useful will be in my at my work to use this technology. Perceived ease of use is the component that measures how easy will be this to use. The connection of those 2 components leads to a certain attitude, positive or negative, toward a specific technology. And this attitude leads to the intention to use something. And of course, the intention leads to the actual use of any technology. And in between those components, there are connections and correlations that can be measured based on the technology acceptance model and the structural equation modeling. This is the statistical analysis that we run on this framework. Here, if you see, I have something that's called external variable. This is very important, because if you will see also in my results that maybe we should take into consideration the cultural differences of countries. The Netherlands has totally different dynamics than my birth country, my home country, Greece. We have different daily interactions with technology. The level of education might be different, or the financial level might be different. All those variables that are related to what we study and maybe we want to take them into consideration are called external variables. Everyone who will decide to run this study and check the readiness and the acceptance of the local academic staff can play, let's say, a bit with those external variables. So for some of you, maybe the personalities are important to measure this model. So you might want to use the Big 5 model and measure the openness to new experiences, the extraversion of the personnel, etc. Or for some of you, the financial variables might be interesting. So those external variables play a significant role, but can be changed from survey to survey. So now, the conclusions. I repeat, so far, the conclusions we have, the most important thing is to communicate to you now that we need more people to join us and run comparative studies to see also in other countries and in other regions if the teachers are ready. I repeat that we don't have solid, reliable results to show you and tell you today, yes, the Dutch located. I mean, I'm not Dutch anyway. The people in the Netherlands, the teachers in the Netherlands are ready to use AI or ChatGPT. We still don't have this data. That is why we need more people to join us. But some first outcomes are those that you will see now. First of all, what we understood from teachers is that they need training and support. They might want to use in the future ChatGPT or any other tool of AI, but they don't know how. So they want to be trained to do that. From whom? That's a problem that we need to understand as well. So the teachers, most of them, are ready to accept and adapt their way of teaching, but they are not ready yet to do it immediately. Now, for the future, we also need to focus on the level of acceptance among the teachers and the academic staff. When I say level of acceptance, I mean we need to take into consideration the different fields and the different faculties we are teaching. I'm a computer scientist focusing in behavioral analysis. I'm a data analyst. So I learned to be close to technology, but my colleague next to me in the next office is her first studies were in philosophy, history. So maybe there is a lack of easiness to use technology, let's say. So we need to measure also the level and the percentage of acceptance. Together with that, we need to monitor the changes toward this technology in time. So what happens today, but every 3 months, 6 months, we need to run again the statistics to see if the acceptance has changed. And of course, this is what I told you in my previous example, and this is related to the external variables. We need to include diverse and different educational settings, and of course, cultural background. We need to consider different economies and different cultures and enlarge our sample sizes. I gave you a small example of the Netherlands and Greece. These are the two countries I know, studied and worked. That is why I used this example. But in a world that is changing, we don't know the readiness of the Asian universities or the American universities, which most of the times they are a bit a pioneer in those technologies, but we still don't know that. And of course, I will not need 20 minutes today. I'm about to finish in a bit. But what I'm about to ask you is that if you see any interest in exploring AI in your university, or there is an ongoing discussion on who is going to teach us what, who is expert on that. We are still too early into this process, so we don't have the personnel to teach us exactly what we will do. How are we going to measure the fraud of the students? How are we going to change their behavior towards AI? Because we all know students, we all have been students, the copy-paste mentality is still there, but we don't want to stop using this tool. We just need to change this mentality, and create a really good tool to use in our studies. So there's a lack of knowledge. There is a lack of clear policy on universities. I don't know how about yours, but just lately, the last 1 month, my university posted online or put in officially somehow a policy related to AI and the use of such tools. We are still in the early era of this technology, let's say. And if you are interested in discussing with me more about this, of course, you can download the article and you can just use the survey. There is no copyright on that, and I will be happy for other colleagues to do it. But if you want to have a discussion, scan the QR code and connect with me, or just email me or Harris, and we will be in touch. I have to excuse my colleague for not being here today, but lately he had an issue with his health and he needs to get some rest. But I'm here for him, and you can always email both of us. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Nikos, and especially for sticking to time so efficiently.
Yeah, I'm usually good with that, because then it becomes, especially for people with ADHD like me, we lose focus immediately. So
thank you, Nikos, and for your explanation of the TAM as well. I think that survey fatigue is a real issue. So and probably there's also a level of caution with academics in terms of engaging with AI. They're very cautious about implementing it into their teaching, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's good that we don't jump in without thinking about all of the potential consequences. But AI is here and we certainly can't ignore it. Are there any questions from the floor?